He knew he had to make a statement, and that he did. Against France, Yuki put up 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists.
8, but Japanese guard Yuki Kawamura got the biggest cheers from the crowd as he whipped out the gritty with Ja Morant to beat out the other rookie.
What if I told you the next big thing in the NBA barely reaches the shoulders of most players? Yuki Kawamura, standing at just 5'8", is turning heads and breaking ankles in the league. But how did this Japanese sensation go from unknown to unstoppable? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. From dominating Japan's B-League to lighting up the NBA, Kawamura's journey is nothing short of incredible. Watch as we break down how this pint-sized powerhouse is changing the game and proving that heart beats height any day of the week.
To challenge the world, but because of his size, scouts thought he would never have a chance to compete in the NBA. So when Yuki got the invite to play for Team Japan in this year's Olympics,
picture this: a 5'8" guy from Japan steps onto an NBA court. Everyone's thinking, is this for real? That's Yuki Kawamura, and he's about to shock the basketball world. Kawamura's path to the NBA? It wasn't easy. He was crushing it in Japan's B-League, making defenders look silly and dropping dimes like it was nothing. But NBA scouts? They weren't buying it. Too short, they said. Not strong enough for the big leagues. You know what's crazy? NBA teams kept saying no. Kawamura heard it all. You'll get bullied on the court. You can't compete with the giants. But Kawamura? He didn't care. He kept working, kept improving his game. Every no just fueled his fire. Then came the Olympics. Kawamura put up 29 points against France.
he knew he had to make a statement, and that he did. Against France, Yuki put up 29 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists.
That's when people started noticing. This little guy from Japan was holding his own against some of the best players in the world. Suddenly, those same scouts who said no were taking a second look.
29.7 boards and 6 assists. Somebody give this man an NBA roster spot.
The Grizzlies saw something special. They took a chance and signed Kawamura to a two-way contract.
Yuki Kawamura earned a two-way contract, which means that he will spend a lot of time in the G League but can play up to 50 NBA games.
It was his shot at the big time, and he wasn't about to waste it. In his first NBA game, Kawamura shocked everyone. He was dishing out assists like a seasoned pro, scoring threes like it was nothing. And get this, even the opposing team's fans were cheering for him. That's unheard of for a rookie.
We're kings, bro. Y'all doing it for us.
Yeah, for
Put
sure.
respect on Yuki. Because, bro, he is legitimately like, if you post a Yuki highlight now, oh, it's going.
Oh, yeah.
Especially one nobody expected to make it. But you know what's even crazier? That was just the beginning. Kawamura's real test was still to come. He had to prove he wasn't just a one-game wonder. He had to show he could hang with the best night after night. Imagine being the shortest guy on the court every single game. Imagine having to outthink, outmaneuver, and outplay guys who tower over you. That's Kawamura's reality. But he's not just surviving in the NBA, he's thriving.
Wiseman, what is you looking at, dog? How you not see that pass, dog?
Dev, that would have been a great who he played for. I'm watching, I'm like, James Wiseman's a pacer?
And he's about to show the world that heart beats height any day of the week. Remember when everyone said Kawamura was too short for the NBA? Well, guess what? He's not just playing. He's rewriting the rules. And the way he's doing it, it's blowing minds left and right. You know what's crazy? Kawamura's not just playing. He's changing the game. Being the shortest player in the NBA, he couldn't rely on height or strength. He had to be smart. So what did he do? He got creative. His passes? They're like magic. You blink, and suddenly the ball's in the hoop. It's like he's got eyes in the back of his head.
He's a joy to be around. He's a character. He's full of energy. He's got, bubbling personality. I'm glad he was able to showcase that, center court from the fans.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Some players tried to bully him on the court. They thought they could push him around, use their size to shut him down. But Kawamura? He didn't back down, not even a little. Instead, he used his size to his advantage. He's slipping past defenders like a ghost, ducking under their arms, and finding angles they never even knew existed. His teammates? They love him. Ja Morant's even posting videos celebrating with Kawamura after games.
8'8", but Japanese guard Yuki Kawamura got the biggest cheers from the crowd as he whipped out the gritty with Ja Morant to beat out the other rookie.
It's like they can't believe what they're seeing. 1 minute Kawamura's surrounded by giants, the next he's threading the needle with a pass that shouldn't be possible. And the fans? They're going wild. They're chanting his name even at away games. That's unheard of for a rookie. But Kawamura's not your average rookie. He's got the whole arena on their feet, waiting to see what he'll do next. But here's the real kicker. Kawamura's not just playing basketball. He's inspiring a whole new generation of players who don't fit the typical NBA mold. Kids who were told they were too short, too small, not athletic enough.
How do you have to be for you? Like, you play in the league. How cold do you have to be 5? Be generous. He's not 5'9", 5'7", and play on an NBA court. Like,
they're watching Kawamura and thinking, if he can do it, why can't I? Every time Kawamura steps on the court, he's proving that heart beats height. He's showing that creativity, skill, and determination can outweigh pure physical advantage. It's like David taking on Goliath, night after night. And just like in that old story, the little guy's winning. Kawamura's not just changing how the game is played, he's changing who gets to play it. And that's bigger than basketball. Kawamura's not just playing basketball, he's rewriting the rulebook. Every game, he's out there proving that heart trumps height. It's like watching a real-life underdog story unfold on the court. So what's next for this 5 or 8 sensation? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, the NBA's in for a wild ride. Kawamura's changing the game, showing that size isn't everything. He's opening doors for players who don't fit the traditional mold. Think about it. If Kawamura can make it, who else might we see shaking things up in the future? Maybe we'll see more players breaking the height barrier. Or how about someone with an unconventional playing style that turns the game on its head?
Come on down to Memphis. They invited Yuki to training camp, and now he is the new shortest player in the NBA.
Kawamura's success is just the beginning. He's showing everyone that in basketball, anything's possible if you've got the skills and the heart to back it up.